Good morning. It's Brian Foote here to talk to you about something that I think is one of the more interesting and underfollowed elements in investing. Why companies fail. Failure is not something that an optimistic person should be thinking about, is what you've been told. But when you make an investment, I want you to contemplate that company's competition, the company's predecessors, and the industry dynamics in which the company exists. What does that mean? It's very simple. The other day, over the weekend, I went into Neiman Marcus at the mall. Neiman Marcus is a department store. Neiman Marcus occupies a place in that mall probably only about 1,500 feet from a retailer that a lot of you are familiar with, Sears. Sears is no longer there. When I was a kid, Sears was a place. It was the place to go for your clothes back to school, for your father's tools, for your mother's appliances. Now, doesn't exist. Think about other competitors that used to be in the mall. Borders Books, remember them? They were a close competitor to Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble still exists in some form. Borders does not. 25 years ago, when I came into the business, you would have been met with dismay, distress. You would have been treated like a complete fool if you said that in 25 years, Amazon.com, would dominate the book-selling business. It seemed absurd. But now, go to a shopping mall, you don't find bookstores because people are reading their phones. Oh, and by the way, if you're reading your phone, there are news articles that are coming across that phone. There's magazines that you once had to go to the bookstore to buy coming across that phone. That phone, market share-wise, may be an Apple phone. What happened to Nokia? What happened to Ericsson? What happened to BlackBerry? These companies are all shadows of their former selves, right? The ubiquitous nature of a Nokia phone. In my business, the ubiquitous nature of a BlackBerry. These things have all been replaced by your iPhone. And by the way, I'm recording myself on an iPhone. 25 years ago, Kodak would have dominated the world for film. I would be taking photographs, maybe with a digital camera, but that was 5 megapixels, right? Right now, you have multiples of that in your iPhone. In fact, you have 2 of them because I could flip this phone around and take pictures. I could take videos. Think about the evolution of that. DVD players, VHS. Oh, where did you get your VHS tapes? Blockbuster. It doesn't exist anymore. Consider these failures, right, in everyday life, right? These are the businesses to think about, the graveyard of businesses that you should be thinking about when you're buying a stock. What graveyard faces them? What graveyard have they walked past? Industry competitors. And let's not continue this whole graveyard analogy, but competition's there. What drives the management team of the business that you're buying to want to put other companies into the graveyard? Is it new technology? Is it a new way of doing business? Is it the same old way of doing business but recast, right? There's stores that exist at the shopping mall, like Dick's Sporting Goods, that replace regional sporting goods stores that used to be there. You're still buying your sporting goods, but that equipment is now sold by Dick's and used to be sold, at least in New York, by a place called Herman's or Modell's. Just consider these factors, and we'll have more about this, but thinking about how businesses fail is such an important element. And it puts your mind in a different place, because then you take the mindset of a cynic, and the history is so interesting. I'll have more on this, but thanks for joining.